Welcome, everybody. Welcome,
Welcome,
Tui,
everyone.
Paul, Max.
Hey there, Sam. Good to see you, brother.
Good to see you
Nice to
guys.
see you, man.
Welcome, Rod. Welcome to tonight's call. Super excited. I was literally just swimming. Jamie and I were in the ocean right here in front of our place, and it was absolutely wonderful. Okay, it was awesome. It's like 4 in the morning. The water is still warm, which is like crazy because like the ocean's normally pretty like cold. But we get in there, it's like a bathtub. It's literally like you're in a giant bathtub. So we were just getting downloads and downloads, and it's just it's just insane what we have here. It's like every single time we talk about it, we think about it, it's like what we have here is really just divinely inspired and led. And I'm just excited. I'm super excited. It's good to see you guys and to
Mhm.
just have that daily
Pleasure.
just
Pleasure.
overview of what we're doing and why we're doing it. And so I'm really excited. I see we have Mr. Paul in the house. It's been a while, Paul. I saw your message just a little bit ago, and we can talk about that here at the end of the call. I appreciate your honesty, and maybe there'll be something that we can
That,
address.
that would be great. Thanks, Sam.
Yeah, for sure. I'm sure you're not the only one. So, it's good. We'll talk about that here in just a little bit. For the people that were here yesterday, we did show a new presentation. So obviously these calls are to really expose the newest person to what we're doing here at Divine Five, but it's also just as important for everybody that's already in to solidify why they made the commitment to be here. And just as much as it is for you guys, it's important for myself because commitment is sticking to the decision long after the excitement has worn off, right? And so we're here every day, at least twice a day. I mean, today we took off. Uh, Jamie and I were like, we need to have at least one day where we can actually go and just kind of go with the flow and just not even just relax, but more so just unwind and let ideas come to us because creativity doesn't. I mean, it's obviously always there, but we want things to start to flow in, different new ideas. And that's exactly what happened. And I'll be able to share that with you guys tonight. And so for the people that are watching this that are maybe live streaming from Facebook or Instagram or LinkedIn or YouTube, we're going to show you guys some really interesting stuff. If you don't know who I am, my name is Sam Hidja. I'm the Chief Marketing Officer here at Divinfi, and I'm excited, because I get the honor and the privilege to really share this info with you guys, and hopefully it can shift something for you, just as much as shifted things for me. So, with that being said, I'm going to get into the presentation. Let me just make sure it's on the right page. Okay, 1 second. All right. And there we go. Okay, cool. So I want to welcome you all to Divinfi, the biggest launch in history. So what Divinfi is, it is your freedom ecosystem. Oh wait, hold on. I think it's not sharing my screen. 1 sec. Can you guys see my screen or no? I'm assuming no. All right, 1 sec. Okay, there you go. Yeah, there it goes. Okay, awesome. So, I want to welcome you to the biggest launch in history, and our ecosystem is called Divinfi. and our product and what we want to gift the world is freedom. So our vision is to create an ecosystem that brings freedom to all 8 billion people here on Earth. And so we want to help them have financial freedom, location freedom, time freedom, and most importantly, the emotional freedom to really be able to enjoy it all, right? Because you can have all the money in the world, you can have all the time, but if you don't have the emotional freedom, you'll always find a way to sabotage yourself. And actually, it was interesting because I actually met up with one of our mentor, Don. He had introduced some people to our freedom ecosystem, and I met up with them today here in the lobby. And it's just so interesting to be able to go back in time and see myself and other people and where I was at one point and where I am now, and how we get to certain places so we can reach down and be able to help people up. And that's exactly what we're doing here at Divinfi, is to create an ecosystem that helps the everyday person have all the different aspects of freedom. Because when I was younger, not that I'm old or whatever, I don't really believe in age anyways. I'm 30 years young. But when I was younger, like at 18, I I really went into the car business because I always had a dream of being free, but I didn't really know what that meant. Right? I was like, I want to be free, I want to do all these things, blah, blah, blah. I thought it was just money. And so at first, it was just a financial piece. I earned my first six-figure income. Excuse me, my voice is a little coarse. My first six-figure income at the age of 18. And then I realized pretty quickly that that wasn't the only thing, because I didn't have any time. I was working 80 hours a week in the car business. I didn't have any kind of location freedom. I had to be in certain places at any given moment. I was driving all over the US, and I was shipping cars over to the other side of the world, whether it's Dubai or Saudi Arabia or different countries in Africa. So I might have had a little bit of financial freedom, but I definitely didn't have location freedom, nor did I have time freedom. And so I think like a little bit over a year after that experience in the car business, and um it collapsing and me losing everything basically overnight, I got introduced to a guy that was a couple of years older than me, and he had the location freedom, he had the time freedom, and he had the financial freedom. So he had, he would be on jets, private jets, he'd be flying to all the different locations, so on and so forth. He had all this money coming in, da 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 da. Anyways, he got me into the industry of network marketing, and after getting into the industry, I ended up trying many different things, whether it was affiliate marketing, whether it was direct sales, whether it was e-commerce or trading or coaching or rental arbitrage, where I earned millions of dollars over the last decade for myself. And then I also helped other people hit six figures a year, right? And even some of them even more. And so it was pretty fulfilling, but I still felt like I was missing something. There was still a little piece that was missing, and it was the emotional freedom. And it really became apparent for me in like the second half of June of 2023. So after June 2023, things started to become apparent for me, and like there was still something missing. So I was traveling Southeast Asia and some of East Asia, um, literally like full time. I mean, I just was exploring. That's all I really did. I didn't work much more than 5, 6 hours in the last 6 months of 2023, just because I had systems already set up for me. And so it got really bad to the point where I was having shit ton of panic attacks, depression, anxiety, suicidal thoughts. Even thought about taking my own life, went through a divorce, went to jail in Bali. And it just got so bad that I knew I had to make a change. And that's when I got a call from our CEO, Mr. Jamie Devine. And he's like, you need to meet with this guy right here. His name is Don Smith. Some of you on this call have actually done the process with him. So Don has actually created this process over the last 44 years, and he's worked with elite athletes in 15 different sports. He's worked with the guys that created the BlackBerry. He actually helped take them from $6 billion to $68 billion by working with 60 plus of their C-class executives. He worked with so many different high-level people for so many years. And after he lost his daughter and his wife to cancer, he just really wanted to dedicate his life to helping humanity as a whole. So him and Jamie actually ended up traveling all over the world, just like basically like helping people with this process. And what this process does, he helps you release the very first trauma you've ever had in your life in a 2-hour session. And really, it's instant. And so for me at that point, I was really, really desperate. I just gone through all of this crazy stuff, anxiety, panic attacks, suicidal thoughts. I was addicted to several substances, including marijuana. I smoked that for 12 years. Was addicted to sex. I had so many girlfriends, and it's just like unfulfilling, right? And addicted to money and travel and people pleasing, validation, all of these things. So at the time when I got this call from Jamie, I was in Bali, Indonesia. I traveled to the Philippines to meet with Don, and Don actually charged me $15,000 to do this session, and it was 100% worth it. It was like the most powerful thing I ever experienced, and I had done a lot of personal development on myself. Attended webinar, seminars and workshops, and read thousands of books, coaching, energy work, psilocybin ceremonies, breath work, all of these different things, literally everything you can think of, I tried, and I still had all of that shit. So when I went to Don in this 2-hour session, everything went away. And I just felt like this unexplainable feeling of just complete peace and bliss. And my business started booming. I had more energy than before. As you could tell, like literally it's 5 in the morning here in Dubai, and I still haven't gone to bed, and I'm just so jacked up. It's because of what happened in this session. And so I'll give you a little bit more insight on what happens. So there's this chart right here. It's called the chart of consciousness that was created by a guy named Dr. David Robert Hawkins in a book called Power versus Force. And so in Power versus Force, what Dr. Hawkins says is every single emotion is on a scale of consciousness. So it goes from 0 to 1,000, the scale, and the lowest emotion is called shame, which calibrates at a level 20 consciousness. Fear is 100, courage is 200, peace is 600, and then enlightenment 700 to 1,000. Okay, very, very simple. And to give you some reference points, a guy named Hitler, he was at a 50, right? All of the great masters and teachers, Jesus, Muhammad, Buddha, Zoroaster, all of the great teachers were at a level 1,000 consciousness. Now, 80% of the world's population is actually under this line right here, which is 200, right? Actually, the world right now is around 210, but over 80% of the world is actually underneath this line. And I would say most people are at a level 100, right? They operate from a level of fear, operating from, oh, I don't know, I'm fearful, like I'm afraid of losing my job, I'm afraid of losing my relationship, I'm afraid of losing my life. It's just fear, 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 fear. That's how we run our lives as the collective, like most people. And so for myself, when I showed up to Dawn after doing 10 plus years of personal development, I was literally still at a 125. So not much better than most, right? It's just kind of, that's where I was at. And so in this 2-hour session, what Dawn does is he helps you release the energetic anchor holding you in these lower levels of consciousness, because your actual natural state, which is what all the teachers knew and were preaching, was that enlightenment was your natural state. It is you and dies natural state. So imagine being at the bottom of the ocean and you have an anchor tied to you. You have an anchor tied to you, holding you back. And so you swim 30% up, trying to get to the top of the ocean, and you get brought back down. You do the same thing and you keep coming back down. Why? Because you have an anchor, an energetic anchor. So Dawn helps you release this anchor, which happens sometime before the age of 7. It could go all the way back to whenever you're in the womb, and you naturally start to flow to your natural state of enlightenment. So you stop playing small and you start to step into your infinite God energy. So it's super powerful. I mean, our systems have two different things, but really they're one and the same. It's consciousness is the first part, and then there's the currency side, which I'll talk about here in just a moment. So the reason why it's important is because we're going to show you an amazing way for you to earn income hands-free. And if you don't have the consciousness to really hold it, then you're going to continue to self-sabotage yourself over and over and over and over and over again. And you're just going to get rid of it just as fast as you created it. So that's why it's super important to do and to really continue to hold this level of frequency, this consciousness. And so if you've already done the transformation, you have another chance to do it every single week. Tuesdays are for new clients, Thursdays are for existing clients. So continue to really take advantage of it and do it over and over again, because it's important. It's one of those things that you will give it up if you're not around, because if you've been doing your self-sabotaging program for 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years, you might default and go back. Even though it's an instant transformation, you can default and give it back because you have a neurocellular memory. So you want to get that neurocellular memory of the new program strong, so you just continue to stay in it. So take advantage of it. Now, the next part is the currency part. And so nowadays, we're utilizing, for example, AI and ChatGPT, right? So ChatGPT is transforming the business world, right? You're able to automate so many things, so many things. And then, we trust AI so much nowadays that people get into their brand new Tesla and they take their hands off of the steering wheel, right? Because that's actually how they're able to drive on its own. It uses AI. So people trust AI so much that they take their hands off of the steering wheel of their own vehicle. So my question is why don't we trust AI to grow our bank account? So that's exactly what this product is. It's called Apollo. And Apollo is growing your crypto portfolio 20 to 50% per month. So this is the range that we've seen over the last couple of years. Can it do more than 50%? Yeah, it can. It's actually done 51% in the last 3 weeks and some change. It's approaching 4 weeks, the first month with onboarding Apollo. And could it do less than 20? Yeah, it can as well. So there's no guarantees. The past performance is not indicative of future results, but this is just what we've seen. It's anywhere between 20 and 50%. The average, if you average out all those years, it would be 28% returns. And so what happens is you just do a simple connection. You API Apollo into your crypto wallet, and it just trades for you completely hands-free. The minimum investment is $1,000 US. So if you do 20% on $1,000, that's $200 profit. If you do 50% on $1,000, that's $500 profit in the month. And so the deal is you actually split it in half with the developer. So the developers have been developing it since 2017. We met him here in Dubai. And so that was the deal, because it was actually $100,000 to get Apollo. Like if you wanted to utilize Apollo, it would be minimum $100,000 deposit. And we told him, like, dude, that's not going to work. We have our whole team our whole community, and not everybody has 100,000. So he's like, all right, 10,000. I'm like, dude, that's still not gonna work. So he got it down to 1,000, but basically the split is 50-50. You take 50%, he takes 50. And you're required to pay him every 20th to the 25th of every single month. So the cool thing is that you have complete control of the wallet. No one has control of it. And so you would pay him between the 20th and 25th of every month. So let's say you had $1,000 in your account and you did 20%. So you would take 100, he would take 100. If you did 50%, you would take 250, he would take 250. Very simple. Okay. So I'm going to show you something which is really powerful. It's the power of compounding. And Albert Einstein said it best. He said that compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. He who understands it earns it, and he who doesn't pays it. So I'm going to show you the power of compounding here in just a moment. It's really profound how learning to compound, because this is actually what the banks do, right? The banks compound your money while you let them use your money to compound, because let me tell you, that's exactly what they're doing. But what they do is they give you 1% at the end of the year while they're making hundreds and hundreds of percent compounding your money. So let me show you this compound calculator. Okay, so let's say you started with the minimum, which is $1,000 initial investment, and you compounded it at 10% per month. Okay, and then you did it for 5 years. Let me show you what would happen. So, oh, whoops, hold on. So $1,000 at 10% a month for 5 years. It would take you 8 months to go from $1,000 to $2,000, so you could double your investment. Okay. Well, after 5 years, you had $304,481.64. Absolutely astronomical. And so, like I said, this is exactly what they're doing. This is what the banks are doing. They're taking your money, you deposit into their account, into your account. They can now use that money to go and invest and compound and earn hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of percent while they give you 1% a year. And when it comes to where the world is, right? Like, I mean, let's just take the US for example, because that's the currency that every other country is pegged to. So it's all being affected. The US dollar is losing about 1% every single month. 1% in purchasing power every single month. So from June, well, actually, we're in July. In July 2023 to July 2024, your money, and I'm sure you noticed that when you go to the grocery store, you're able to purchase 12% less than you did a year ago. And that's because of the inflation, because they're just printing money over and over and over again. Okay. It has nothing to do with anything like the groceries are not going up. It's just that money is becoming worth less. That's really what's happening. So the goal, and you don't have to use Apollo, but just find something that's at least giving you 1% a month to combat inflation. And we're talking about 10% a month. I mean, this month it's been less than a month and it's done 51%. So, I mean, your choice, but this is what we have. So, next I'm going to talk about being an entrepreneur and an investor. This guy right here, his name is Robert Kiyosaki. He's wrote a couple of books. So the first three that I know, I'm not sure if there are any more, but the first one was called Rich Dad Poor Dad. The second one was this book called Cash Flow Quadrant. And the third one was called The Business of the 21st Century. And he was talking about network marketing and how it's the business of the 21st century. So we'll talk about that here in just a moment. But, in the Cash Flow Quadrant, it talks about there's 4 ways to earn income. So let's say you work at a smoothie shop, right? You work from, let's say, 9 to 5, right? So you trade your time for money, right? Your time makes you money. So you work 8 hours, you get paid for 8 hours. Let's say you get the bright idea one day, like, oh my God, I should open up a smoothie shop. So you go from being an employee to becoming self-employed, right? Now you may not have a job, but you actually own a job, right? You own a job because you're the lifeblood of the business and you have to be there for you to earn income. Because what happens is even if you have employees, you don't have enough leverage. You can't just take 5 months off, right? Your business will literally fall apart. So the goal is to go from the left side of the quadrant to the right side of the quadrant. Okay, so the right side of the quadrant is where the financially free people earn income. So there's the business owner, and the way that you get paid on this side is called leverage. So as a business owner, you're leveraging a system. Okay, so McDonald's, huge company, they say that McDonald's is actually a real estate company. They don't get paid off of burgers and fries, they get paid off of every single franchise. So that's kind of how it is. And the reason why McDonald's is a huge business is because they have a system. And a system is an acronym. And just remember this, saving you some time, energy, and money. Saving you some time, energy, money. Okay, so McDonald's has a system where it can allow a 17-year-old kid, a 16-year-old kid to manage the entire place. Because it's like, okay, you need to wash the dishes this way. You need to mop it this way. You need to do the fries this way. Burgers this way. They have a whole system that's created so that way it's basically a duplicate in every single franchise and it's cash flowing for their investors because it's $1.2 million to open up a McDonald's. So that's a lot of money. And that's not even including, the employees and the overhead and the blah, 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 blah. So they leverage a system. Okay. Now, let's say you're an Elon Musk. Okay. Elon Musk, he also uses a system. And, like I said, there's leverage. Leverage is how you get paid. So he also leverages people's time and efforts. So he has a system and these people work in his system. 10,000 employees, let's say they work 8 hours a day. That's 8 times 10,000. That's 80,000 man hours that he's leveraging in his system. And that's why he's a billionaire. Okay, so we're going to show you a way where you can actually have leverage without having to put up all of the overhead, right? Without all the expenses, and you can actually have and create leverage in your life where you're getting paid when you're on vacation, where you can get paid when you're with your family or you're at the gym or you're whatever. Okay. And then the last quadrant is the investor quadrant. So this is leveraging your money rather than other people's time and efforts. You're leveraging your money. And so with Apollo, it's important to note that, back in the day, if you wanted to be an investor, it would take you, I believe it was upwards of over $1 million for you to start investing in the stock market back in the day. And then it gradually started getting less and less and less. And now you can become an investor and you can leverage technology, leverage your money, and you can become an investor with $1,000. So times have changed. Times have changed. The internet technology has changed things for people. It's even at the playing field. So you can shift from this side of the quadrant to this side of the quadrant. And so one thing to note is that as an investor, and I've invested in so many things, and an investor mindset knows that I'm not going to win every single investment. Okay, maybe I have to lose 7 out of 10 investments, but the 3 that I win, they outweigh all of my losses. So that's the mindset you want to have when it comes to being an investor. You're not going to win them all, right? And the successful investor is far and few. Okay, it's far and few because most people, when they lose, they automatically quit. This doesn't work. This is a scam. Okay, you just have to understand that you're not going to win every single investment. And I heard this once, that scam, the word scam, actually, it's an acronym for still confused about money. Okay, so just have this mindset whenever you're investing into anything, whether it's your education, whether it's in a business opportunity, whether it is in real estate or whatever. You're not going to win every single one, but you just need one or two for them to outweigh your losses. So we have one package. Okay, Divinfi has one package. It's $149 startup, and it's $99 a month. You get Don's process, which some people have paid him $1 million, and you get Apollo, which the minimum was 100,000. For you being a part of Divinfi, you get access to it for $99 a month, and the minimum is $1,000. So if you don't have $1,000 to invest, don't worry. I'm going to show you a way for you to actually create that money through our plan. But let's say you just want to be a customer. You start with the Freedom Pack. Okay, so like I said, it's 149 startup one time, and then it's $99 a month. Let's say you get amazing results from both Don's process and from the AI. You tell 3 people, you say it's your mom, your dad, your brother. Your membership is absolutely free. Okay, awesome. Now let's get into the partnership program. So as far as the partnership program, this industry that we're in is called network marketing. And what it is instead of paying millions and millions of dollars for advertisements in the newspaper, on billboards, in commercials, what we do is we reward our partners and we pay them out the whatever would go to these traditional marketing styles, but we give it to you guys for sharing it via word of mouth. Okay, so there's an infinite income potential in this industry. So you can earn anywhere from $100 to $4 million a month in our plan. There's a weekly residual income, so you can get paid essentially. You could do the work one time and get paid for it over and over and over again, if not forever. So the traditional route of earning residual income would be, a very simple one would be real estate. You could leverage, a mortgage, let's say $250,000 for a house. Your mortgage would be $1,500 a month, and then you'd rent it out for $2,000 a month. Okay, very simple. You're earning $500, but you're leveraging $250,000, and that doesn't include when you have to repair the roof, the toilet, someone breaks in, so on and so forth. Okay, very simple. And then there are no qualifications or experience needed in this industry, which is awesome. It was why I started to actually start to dream again, because I'm like, okay, even though I didn't go to college or I didn't finish college, I wasn't really a good student, came from a poor family. It doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter if you went to Yale. It doesn't matter if you went to jail. Okay, and I've been to jail. And it's not like I'm proud of it, but it's just my circumstances. It's just what I was dealt with. And so if I could come into this industry and earn millions of dollars and really create a dream lifestyle for myself, then you on this call can 100%. I'm not the smartest guy. I'm not the best looking guy. I don't even speak the most eloquently, but I was coachable and I surrounded myself with the right people, the right information. And so that's why we created this. We created this because we want to help everyone. And really anybody, if you're watching this call, whether right now live or later, I just want you to know that your past does not matter. All that matters is right here, right now, aligning yourself with something that's bigger than yourself and helping enough people get what they want, and you'll get everything that you want. Okay, so the last thing is that there are team building incentives. So you're in business for yourself, but you're not in business by yourself. You have a whole team that's here to help you get where you want to be. Okay, so let's get into it. There's a couple of things that you have to know. And so there's, like I said, there's a few qualifications. And so the first one is a rank game. This would be like your corporate title. And so this is, it starts off, and I'll tell you a little bit more here in just a moment. So there's the rank name, there's a network size. And if you talk to any business owner, you'll know that the only thing that you actually get paid for is building a network of clients. So if you're a health coach, you have a network of clients that you're helping. If you're a doctor, you have a network of clients that you help, right? Like they probably come in for whatever. I haven't been to a doctor in I don't know how long. That's a whole other story. But let's say every 3 months, right? You have a network of clients that are using your services and your products. Okay, so the third thing is that they're your personal referrals, the people that you personally refer into the system. And this is not correct. I have my developer and our graphic designer working on some stuff. One of them is to make sure that this says the right thing. It should say weekly residuals. So this is the weekly pay. You get paid out every single Friday. And so this is just the first way you get paid. The second way you get paid is a one-time rank bonus, which gets paid out once a month. And then there's the direct bonus, which is paid out once a month as well at the end of the month. And so normally it's $50 per membership that you refer. We're actually doubling it up. So we're paying you $100 per membership until pre-launch, probably the next 4 to 6 weeks, just until our new system is done. And so let's get into it. Let's say you want to hit Inviter, which is the first rank. The way that you hit Inviter is you need 3 total, 2 on your left team, 1 on your right team. Out of those 3, you need to personally refer 1 on your left, 1 on your right, so 2. Let's say it's your mom and your dad. And so let's say your mom and dad come in, your dad brings your uncle in. Now you have 3 total. You're getting paid $25 a week, which is $100 a month. Plus you get paid $100 per personally referred. And so that is another 100 plus 100 for the month. That's $300. So say you did this in your first month, that's $300 that you just earned. Okay, very awesome. So this is the building block of everything. It's really hitting this rank and then helping everybody on your team hit Inviter. Okay, so the next rank is connector 200. To hit connector 200, you need a total of 4 on your left, 4 on your right. Out of those, I guess 8 total, you need 2, 1 on your left, 1 on your right. Same 2, your mom and your dad. You just help them hit Inviter, and then they, eventually now you have 4 on your left, 4 on your right. You're earning $50 a week, which is $200 a month. And then you get a one-time rank bonus of $200 one time. Okay, same thing. Connector 500. Same 2, mom and dad. You help them hit Inviter. They help their people hit Inviter. And now you're at 10 on your left, 10 on your right. That's $125 a week, which is $500 a month. And then you get paid one-time bonus of $500. So let's say you didn't have $1,000, right? You didn't have $1,000 for the AI. Now you do. Okay, you're earning $500 on the residual side per month, and then you got $500 coming from the one-time rank bonus. Congratulations, that's $1,000. You have $1,000 to put into Apollo. Now you're earning passive income off from the AI and then residual income from the partner plan. Awesome. So same thing, connection 900. As you see, it goes from 10 to 20. So you're just doubling it. Double. You're teaching every single person on your team to hit Inviter. And now that you're at 20 on your left, 20 on your right, 1 on each team, you are now a connector 900, earning $225 a week, $900 a month. Okay, very, very cool. And then you get a one-time bonus of $900. Same thing. It goes from 20 to 40, 20 to 40. You doubled up. The only thing that's different is here, you need 2 you personally bring in, and 2 you personally bring in on your left and then your right. So let's say it's your mom, your dad, then your brother, your sister. Now you are a connector 1500, you're getting paid $375 a week, which is $1,500 a month. And then you get paid a one-time bonus of $1,500, but you have to hold this for 2 months. Okay, very simple. So same thing, I'm not going to go too into it. You know, you can kind of see networker 3K, this is $3,000 a month, $5,000 a month, so on and so forth. It just continues to grow and grow and grow and grow. And really, it's up to you where you want to play. You can go part-time, earning $500 a month, which I told you it would take you $250,000 to earn $500 in residual income. So you can literally replace, you know, what it would, you know, the residual income of earning a 500 from a property, you know, leveraging $250,000. Or you can go full time, earning $9,000 a month, or you can go big time where you're earning 15, 25, 50, $100,000 a month, all the way up to $4 million a month. It's really up to you. And so there's actually a fourth way you can earn money, earn income here. It is at speaker 25,000. And so what we do is we take 1% of all the sales in the world and we put it into a global pool bonus. So let's say it's $1 million that get put into the global pool bonus. We split that amongst the number of shares. So at speaker 25K and beyond, you get 1 share. So if there's 10 shares, you get 1 share. And we split the 100,000 by 10, you get $100,000 on top of the 25 grand you're making every single month. And then when you hit master 750K, you get your second share. So master 750K and beyond, you're actually getting paid a 2 shares. You get 2 shares of the global pool bonus. So you're getting 200,000 on top of whatever else you're making every single month. Okay, so it's super simple. And maybe you're like, I don't know, I don't think I could do this. I'll tell you what I told one of my friends, and I was told this by my mentor many years ago. It's the person that gets the most butts in the seats, meaning the person that shows the information the most, who invites the people to the Zoom calls the most. These are just variations in how you can think of it. The person that invites the most people to view the info makes the most money. Okay, so you don't have to be a master presenter. All you have to do is become a master inviter. Okay, and I told this to my friend Tiffany, who I worked with over 8 years ago. If you're watching this, Tiffany, message me. And so I told her, I was like, hey, you don't have to present. All you got to do is invite. She's like, okay. So she starts to invite people to our local Zoom meetings. I mean, sorry, not Zoom, local Starbucks meetings, because Zoom wasn't that big of a thing. We still had them, but we were doing mostly Starbucks, and which is way more difficult, right? Because you have to make sure that person is near you. And now we're already in like 16, 17 countries. I just found out today. And so after 3 months, Tiffany went from earning $2,000 as a waitress to earning over $15,000 every single month. And she never did a presentation for 9 months. And her mom, same thing. She didn't do a presentation for 9 months or even more. I think it was longer for her mom. And she was working at a warehouse and she's earning $10,000 every single month. Her uncle barely came from Vietnam a couple of months before, and he's earning over $10,000 every single month. So all you have to do is invite to these calls, which we have at least twice a day, and we educate them, we show them the vision, and then if they align, cool. You get the referral, right? They're on your team. You get the reward. Okay, so it's super simple. Now, we are in pre-launch, and I actually heard this today, okay? Tony Robbins, I was watching him on a video today, and he was talking about Apple. If you bought every single iPhone that ever came out since they launched, that would have been about $20,000 Okay, that would have been $20,000. If you took that exact same amount of money, 20 grand, and you invested it at the very beginning when they launched their company, you put it into their stock, you would have over $200 million today. So when it comes to business, it's all about timing, timing, timing. Imagine taking that money and investing it when it first launched, you'd be whatever, you'd be a 10-figure earner or a 9-figure earner, multi 9-figure earner. So that's the exact same opportunity that you have right here, right now with Divinfi, except it's not just about the money. You're actually helping people all over the world have freedom in every single area of their life. I know the second half of this presentation was about the money, but don't forget about the consciousness side, which, you know, is a whole other game changer just on its own, right? And we'll continue to talk about this. And if you are in the system and you haven't done Don's process, make sure that you're coming to it tomorrow, because it's going to be an absolute game changer. Okay, so you know, Divinfi is more than just a financial system. It's a movement towards financial freedom and personal empowerment. If you're ready to join, and if you see the vision, you're aligned with the vision, get back to the person that invited you and just ask them for their unique link. So that way they get the credit for inviting you. Okay, so super awesome. One last thing, we have some promotions which are not on this presentation. Let me just get this up real quick. So we do have, all right, hold on. We have some promos. If this is your first time here, make sure that you know. What the heck? Okay, sorry. Oh, there it goes. Okay. All right, perfect. Oh wait, I don't think you guys can see that. All right, cool. So we have some awesome promos for the person that comes in and brings 10 directly into the company, into the ecosystem. You get a brand new GoPro. If you bring 20 directly, you get a brand new iPhone. And if you bring 30 directly, you get a brand new MacBook. Okay, so it doesn't matter if you have 1,000 people, we're giving away 1,000 of these product prizes. Okay, so I'm definitely going for a new MacBook. And so the next and the last promo is that we're giving away some free flights and hotels. So if you hit the rank of Connector 1500, you're getting a 3-day, 2-night stay at the hotel where we're having our event. And if you hit Connector 3000, you get an all-inclusive, which includes a flight, hotel, and then VIP access to our event. And like I said, it does not matter how many qualify. We're willing to give as many as we need to. And if you want to stay connected to all things Divinfi, scan this QR code. I would probably join our Telegram, our Facebook, Instagram. That way you just have the latest on what we're doing here in Divinfi. And yeah, I want to answer some questions if you guys have any. And then I'm going to announce a couple of cool things that we're working on before we end the call. So Paul, and I can tell that you're ready. You have something on your mind.
Yeah, I think maybe you know, because this is this type of call that I'm in, which is a review for me, but also an update because I hadn't seen the development of the presentation to the point it's at now. So yeah, I don't think I have any new questions, but I do have some questions I can maybe ask you later about, but I don't that aren't about understanding the program. So I think I get it. I just need to, yeah, I need to ask you something a little later on what's going through my mind and pretty much on. I mean, you've answered them in a way in your presentation. Like for example, You mentioned, you don't have to know how to present, this presentation. You don't have to be a presenter. You just be an inviter. And pretty much that's what we should really be focusing on, is just inviting, inviting, inviting. So I definitely get that. So, but yeah, I have some questions, but I think they're more related to me personally. So I'll refrain from asking those.
Okay, awesome. Sounds good. We'll chat.
Yeah.
Awesome. Hello, Ella. You're new.
Hey, Sam, I just want you to introduce you to Ella, all the way from Auckland, New Zealand. She signed up last night. So she is a newbie on our team. So welcome, Ella. Thank you for jumping on this morning.
Thanks.
Hello, Ella. Nice to
Hi,
meet
how are
you.
you? Nice to meet you too, Sam. Sorry, I came a bit late, so I'm going to be watching again tomorrow, probably.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, we have these twice a day, so feel free to hop in. It's definitely good to just kind of get acquainted with like all the info. And if you need any help, you obviously have an awesome leader, Mr. Tui, but I'm also here for you, whatever you need.
Thank you, much appreciated.
You're very welcome. All right. Any other questions? Okay, so what I'll do is I'm gonna just kind of kind of just share some of the things that we're working on. So just so you guys know, number one, Jamie was talking, and for those of you that don't know who Jamie is, he's the CEO, and he's put this, him and our team have put this system together. It's been really a culmination of a few years of just developing. And so Jamie will start to do at least, I think he said one call a week, where he's gonna kind of do a vision, like all of the newest developments in the company and kind of just pour vision. So he'll do that probably on Mondays, like this time. So we'll do that. And him and I were just talking. We're actually going to be going to a couple of really big conferences. So we're going to be going to Budapest, which is Hungary, in September. There's a big affiliate and a big crypto convention where we're going to be meeting some pretty big affiliates there. We're going to be going to Bali. There's a crypto expo as well. And then we're going to go to South Korea, where they actually have a crypto and AI expo in the very beginning of September. And so we're working on actually creating and developing our own AI. Because this one we're white labeling from one of the developers that we met here in Dubai. But the thing about that is we have a basically a 50-50 split with the developer. So, and it's still amazing, don't get me wrong. It's still well worth it, but we want to be in control of it. And that way we can give our members the very best deal. So we're going to start working on developing our own AI, like our own Divinfi AI in-house. So that's in the works. I don't know when it'll be completed, just because it's one of those long-term projects. But that's something that we are working on. And so as things start to develop, we'll keep you guys posted. But these are some of the things that we have recently kind of started talking about doing. And like I said, Jamie will be updating everybody every single Monday at this time. So that way everyone's in the loop and can kind of really get a sneak peek on what's developing behind the scenes in the ecosystem. And then we have some amazing stuff. We're rolling out our brand new back office. It should be about 60 days. And so this is really exciting stuff because everything is going to be on the blockchain. Okay, so the entire MLM plan, the back office, it's all going to be on the blockchain. You'll be able to actually get paid via the smart contract. which you don't have to necessarily know what that means, but people can pay with their cards and it'll automatically convert it to crypto, and then we can pay it out via crypto to your bank account or whatever. So, and then those people that have been signing people up, and I know there's been a kind of like a delay with the merchant should be good to go here in probably the next couple of hours. And so you'll be able to pay via crypto, you'll be able to pay via credit card, no matter where you are in the world. And so that'll make it easier for sure. And so those are just a couple of updates that we're working on. We'll make sure to give you more details as things start to develop. So we'll have our next call here at 7 p.m. Dubai time. So that's in 13 hours from now. We'll send out an update. Make sure that you are sending out this link. I'll drop it in the chat below. And this way it gives you the what is it called? The next steps as far as what you should do after you sign up. So I'll drop that here in just a moment. Okay. I just dropped it in the chat. This is your next steps. So it'll be like step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5. And just make sure that when someone does sign up, you just send them this link. And that way they are plugged in and they know what groups to join, what is their next couple of steps, so they can get themselves to Connector 200. That's where I really want everyone to get to, at least making $200 every single month. And so, at least from the pay plan. So if there's any questions, feel free to ask. And after we're done with questions, we can end the call.
Sam,
Yes.
are you able to, because I tried to copy that link, I'm trying to copy that link to get it out to my team, and I'm not able to. Are you able to put that, or even to me, and I'll send it to every person in my team?
Sure, I'll send it to the Telegram right now.
Awesome, brother. Thank you.
Yes, sir. I love it. I love the dedication too. You're getting ready for work and still on this call.
You got it, man. You know, my heart is here.
Oh, I know, bro. I see your dedication. Tui's actually, for those that haven't been on the call, Tui actually hit Connector 500 the other day. He's getting ready to hit Connector 900. And so big congrats to Tui. Just, this is what it takes. It's just like showing up, like it's literally more than 80% of success is just showing up. So big congrats, Tui. You're an awesome beacon of light for everyone of what's possible. And so I'm super proud of you, bro. And by the way, I will most likely be in Australia in the next couple of months.
Hello. Okay.
And wherever else, whoever shows up, I mean, I'm game to go wherever there needs to be because.
Oh, how about New Zealand?
Oh, I'd love to go to New Zealand.
Oh, okay, great. When you hit Australia, you'll have to come to New Zealand.
I'm game. I've always wanted to. It's so beautiful there.
Oh.
At least from what I've seen. I've not been there, but I'm sure that pictures don't even do it justice.
Yeah. No, you'll have to come and experience a bit of New Zealand.
I would love to. What part of New Zealand are you in?
I'm in Auckland, but like Rotorua, all those North Island is probably 3-4 hour drive away. I think you'll need to visit a marae and that kind of stuff too while you're here.
Oh yeah, I'd love to. Yeah, I have a buddy that's there. I've been wanting to visit as well, so it'd be awesome to be there and just explore and then also connect with everyone. Oh, so is it another island as well? It's not just one connected?
North Island, South Island. And they're kind of different. Like South Island's more rugged. It's got all the mountains, cold, but it's beautiful too.
So I'm assuming the Auckland is in the North Island?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I enjoy beauty in nature, however it comes, whether it's landscaped or whether it's rugged.
Okay, so yeah, I better get some people signed up, and so you can come visit everyone along
Yeah,
the
let's
way.
do it. Let's do it. New Zealand and Australia on the map. And then I know Chris is in Vancouver. Paul is getting ready to go to Greece. I know Max is in Australia. Where are you in Queensland, Max? Okay.
Max, you're
And
muted.
so
Muted, brother.
Newton?
Max, you're muted.
Oh, muted.
Yeah, you're muted, Max. Unmute yourself so you can speak. He's the first one. He's the one that put the map for Fiji. He signed up the
Let's
for Fiji last week.
go.
So go,
Fiji.
Max.
That's
Tonga's just around
awesome.
the corner.
Yes. Awesome. Yeah, I definitely. And so we're actually Ella and Tui, Paul, Chris. We're gonna have our first event here in the next couple of months. Y'all definitely have to make sure to come. We'll give you more details, but that's where things really like that's where the magic happens, where like we all get together. We all get together and there's like the huge event and you invite people and some of you have obviously been in the industry before, so you know exactly what I'm talking about. But that's literally where things change. Like that's where a decision is made. And we'll give you more details, but there's definitely gonna be some magic. And then we can also have our local events where it's in Australia and Greece and New Zealand and Vancouver. But yeah, those big, company events, that's where the magic happens for sure. Like you just see like a bigger vision of what's possible. And we have some awesome guests that we're gonna be inviting. I don't want to ruin the surprise, but some pretty big industry legends. So it's pretty exciting. So anyways, yeah, if we don't have any questions or any comments or anything, I'll leave it at that. We'll see you here in about 13 hours. Infinite love for you guys. Thank you for being on the mission with us and just seeing the vision and just sharing and I'm honored. I'm honored to be with you guys.
Okay. You're
All right,
welcome.
guys.
Thank you.
See you.